Hi everyone, I'm Michael Dicpinigaitis.
And I'm Corinne Dicpinigaitis.
And welcome to the introductory video for JerichoAdaptsToys.org. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about what JerichoAdaptsToys.org is, how it functions, why it's important, and then we're also going to be talking a little bit about switch-adapted toys. And so a quick introduction from me. Again, my name is Michael Dicpinigaitis. I'm going into sophomore year at Cornell University as of the making of this video. And a few years ago, I founded JerichoAdaptsToys.org, sort of as an idea to make a difference in my community. But since then, it's grown into one of my greatest accomplishments and something that's made a real difference in my community that we're going to be talking about today.
And I'm Corinne Dicpinigaitis. I'm a rising senior at Jericho High School, and I am now the coordinator of Jericho Adapts Toys on Long Island in New York City. Although because of COVID, we had to temporarily shut down our lending program, but we are hoping to start again in the fall.
Yep, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about what Jericho Adapts Toys is. So you may be viewing this video on our website, JerichoAdaptsToys.org, but if you aren't, you can head over there and we have a detailed section on everything we're going to be talking about here today. But really briefly, JerichoAdaptsToys.org is an organization, and specifically it's a lending library of switch-adapted battery-operated toys. And what we do at Jericho Adapts Toys is we make battery-operated toys like this one here, that have a switch in it and have batteries to turn it on. We actually make it switch accessible with some reverse engineering and a little bit of rewiring of the toy, and we make it so that a switch, an external switch, can plug into the toy and actually activate it. And so that's what we've been doing here, and we've grown Jericho Adapts Toys into what it is today, which is a pretty big lending library program working with 7 schools and programs across Long Island and New York City. And we've adapted well over 100 toys, myself and the team, and it's been a great experience thus far.
So Jericho Adapts Toys, as Michael said, is a free lending library program working with schools across the Long Island and New York City region. We give about 7 to 10 switch-adapted toys to these schools, as well as some 3D printed switches, or they could be the regular switches, but we 3D print our switches. And we give them to schools for about 1 to 2 months, and then collect them back, sanitize them, and then give them a new batch of toys so that the children can constantly be engaged with brand new toys, which aren't easily accessed to them. So Jericho Adapts Toys is extremely important for many reasons, but a couple of them are that these switch access toys that are on the commercially available on the market are usually extremely expensive and too much money for schools and families to afford. So by having a free lending library program where we give hundreds of different types of toys every 1 to 2 months, it really helps these children stay engaged and stay focused with learning and this interactive play. It also encourages independent play because the children do not need to have an adult or someone else to activate something for them. They can do it all themselves based on the switch and where the child is most mobile in their body. It teaches switch access, which is amazing to be learned at a young age because switch access will be used well into their lives, and it uses cause and effect relationship. You press the switch, the toy turns on, which is something you definitely want these children and these students to learn early on. And the switch access can be used for environmental devices, for light switches, blenders, even communication devices later on in life. So it's amazing to learn it now through a larger toy. And there's many different types of toys, such as switchboards, such as Zoom tubes, or race cars. So you can have multiple switches there where you can have a race car turn left with one switch and then right with the other switch. So there's just so much that can be learned through this switch access.
And building on that point a little bit, so we have a simple battery operated toy here, right, where you just hit the switch to turn on and off, and which I'll demonstrate in a minute. And so that teaches one type of cause and effect relationship. But like Corinne was mentioning, something like a Zoom tube or an RC remote control car, or even some other types of toys that have been made switch adapted, they have different switches which could correspond to something like 2-switch scanning or other advanced scanning patterns later in communication and independent communication later in these individuals' lives, which of course is very important because we're starting with play here with these toys, but we're actually leading into something much greater, which is living more independent lives, which is very important, of course. And so now I'll just talk really briefly about, what switch adapted toys are and what one can do with an example here. So as I was briefly mentioning, this toy here is a battery operated toy, and it has, a little switch here, which is essentially the button you would press to turn it on and off, right? So I hit the button, the toy activates, I hit the button again, and the toy turns off. And so when I plug a switch in, well, one thing to mention before that though, so that's the way the toy was originally intended to be used. However, an individual with a complex body may not be able to activate this toy because, the switch here may be difficult to, reach or activate, or, it takes fine and gross motor skill that these individuals may not necessarily have. And so what we did is, again, we did some reverse engineering, and we, revamped the circuit here a little bit, and we've actually made a port for a switch for a switch to plug into. So this is a 3D printed switch, but it could also be something like an enablement switch. And so you simply plug it in, and then you would position the switch around the child's body or wherever the individual has enough motion to actually activate the toy, and then you would hit it, it would turn the toy on, you hit it again, it would turn the toy off. And so again, this is just an example of one toy. If you're interested in other ones and how they work, of course you can view our website there. But now, as for what else is actually on the website, we'll head over here really quickly. And if you're on the website, again, JerichoAdaptsToys.org, we have a few tabs on top to navigate our website. If you're on the home page where you may have found this video, below this video pretty much goes over what we talked about here today, the importance of Jericho Adapts Toys and its mission, and why we do what we do. Additionally, the next section over is the About Us section, in case you were interested in learning a little bit more about us. We then have the Lending Library section, which is a few pictures and videos of the toys we offer in our lending library. The next section from that is the Updates/blog section. This is where we talk a little bit about what we're up to, whether it be presentations or trainings we're doing, teaching switch adaptation. You can follow that over there if you're interested. We also have programs affiliated with, in case you're interested or you wanted to reach out if you're a program or school interested in possibly working with us in this lending library. There's a contact form in that section you can reach out to us with. Additionally, next we have a testimonial section, in case you're interested in what others had to say about our program and their experiences with it. And then we have the donate section, in case you're interested in helping our cause. We have a more section, which is essentially just a contact form and a photo gallery. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you wanted to contact us, again, there was a form on our website. Again, one more time, JerichoAdaptsToys.org. But if you wanted to contact either of us directly, my email is Mike, MikeDicp99@gmail.com.
And my personal email is Corinne, Corinne, Bowden, Baudin, 5@gmail.com. And I'll probably get back to you faster if you email there, but not to say that I wouldn't get back to you if you went on the Jericho Adapts Toys website. Just one way is a little bit faster. So.
Yep, and feel free to reach out to us with any questions, any resources, any concerns, or even if you're interested in working with us or even setting up an event. We would love to hear from you. But that's pretty much it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and bye.
Thank you.